Welcome to the Versa Business Tips Podcast. I'm your host, founder, and CEO of Versa Business Systems, Shaheen Mazloom. I am here with the coolest guest today, an extremely gnarly 8-year-old that loves to shred on anything with a board, JB2. Actually, I just lied. You're 9 years old. How are you doing today, bro?
Good. What's up, everybody?
Good. Right, dude. I can't wait to for our guests and listeners to listen to your story, man. So for those out there that don't know you, tell us about yourself and what you do.
My name's JB2. I surf, skate, and snowboard. Yeah. And I do
So
like
you just
contests
do
and
it?
stuff.
Are you great? Yeah, just you're so nonchalant about what you do, man. Like you're a champion, bro. Like, do you realize how good you are? That's crazy.
Thanks.
So how many championships have you won? Like you got to have a ton of medals and stuff, right?
Yeah. Actually, so on the stairs of my house, there's all my trophies, and then we have like two. We have a stair going up this way and a stair going up that way. So on the stair going up that way is all my skate stuff, and then the stair going up that way is all my surf stuff, and then my snowboard stuff is I forgot. It's like on both sides.
You've got so much stuff you don't even know where it is, man. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
So I found you kind of online, right? A friend of mine told me about you, and I started following you on Instagram. And I think the first video I saw of you, you were snowboarding.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I know some seriously good snowboarders, but like nothing like what you're doing, man. Like you live in Virginia. There's barely any snow. Like how did you get into snowboarding and how did you get so good?
So because there was this one time I went up to Perfect North. It's in I think Indianapolis, I think. And then
Okay.
First it was when I was in Ohio with my family, and then it snowed that day. We were all like, "Oh, yo, let's go to this ski resort." And then I was like skiing at first. Like I went with my dad, I was skiing, and then at the end,
Right.
like when there was like 30 minutes left, my mom was like, "We need to get you on the snowboard." And then we went up to the little rental counter. And then my mom was like, "Hey, can this rad little grom get on the snowboard?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then I went. I remember like when I was strapping in, at first I was putting it on like the wrong way. And then once we finally got it on the right way, my mom was putting in her skis. And then before she could look up, I was all the way like at the lift. I was like, "Come on, Mom."
Right. Ready to go.
And then we met these group of guys. I think they're surfers also. Like I think they snowboard and surf. And then they were like, "Yo, this kid's so rad." And then they were like,
And that
"Yo,
was
come
your
up here
first
on this
time.
hill." Yeah. And then they were like, "Yo, come to
Wow.
this one with me." And it was like the black diamond at the mountain. I was like, I didn't know that. So I was like,
No way.
okay. And then I went, and I mean, I was doing pretty good. Like when I went down that hill, I only my hands touched the ground like 2 times. So it's pretty good.
Wow. Yeah, that's insane, man. I remember the first time I went skiing. Like I grew up in Minnesota, so we used to go skiing every weekend. And I saw all these guys snowboarding one day, and I'm like, man, that looks so much cooler. So they didn't have snowboard rentals where we were at. So the next time we went to Steamboat, Colorado, I rented a snowboard, and I'm telling you, man, I was terrible.
Oh.
Terrible, man. I almost went off the side of the mountain, dude. So I got to give you props, man. The first time snowboarding and you're going on black diamonds, that's crazy. So when like how old were you when you first got on a board? Obviously, like boards are your thing. You're just naturally gifted. Like how old were you when you started? Was it skateboarding?
Oh no, surfing was my first one.
You started surfing first. Cool.
Yeah.
How old were you?
And I did my first contest at 2, got my first barrel at 3. And so
What?
like I was getting pushed in at the bay, like honestly before I could even stand up. So I was like a couple months old.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So do you think that like that's the reason why you're such a natural, or do you think it was something you were born with? You were born to do?
Uh, that, that and something I feel like I was born to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So a little bit of both.
Yeah.
So, obviously you love what you do. On those days where you're tired, because you're doing schoolwork every day, you're practicing every day, one sport or the other, or sometimes multiple sports, right? On those days when it's tough, you're tired, you're kind of beat down, like how do you keep yourself in check to just do what needs to get done?
Uh, so I mean, I don't really like when I do it. Honestly, I don't feel like tired, because it just feels
Right.
fun to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean that's a really good thing, like you've got to love what you do. Obviously, and it makes it not work anymore, right? Like if you love what you do, you don't feel like you're working.
Yeah.
Right. That's the thing. Like, so what I do, right? It's not as exciting as snowboarding and skiing and, skateboarding and surfing, but I love helping businesses, right? Like that's exciting to me. Like when I talk to a business owner about what they do and what they built, that's exciting to me. I don't feel like it's work. So, you've been a champion since you said you got your first medal at 3.
Oh, well, I got my first barrel at 3. And I think
Oh, wow.
like the first surf contest I did when I was 2, I'm pretty sure in like the pushing division, I think I got first. Like first or second. I think it was first.
Wow. Yeah. That's incredible, man. So you're 9 years old. You've been a champion for your whole life. Like, what is next? Like, obviously, you're winning all these competitions. Like, what are your goals? You just keep getting better and better and going into bigger competitions, or like what's the journey look like for you from here on out?
Yeah, I mean, I want to be a pro surfer, skater, and snowboarder. And like every time that I get older, like every year before my birthday, me and my mom, we make goals. It's like the goals for that year, what I want to accomplish. For,
Very cool.
so like, for a 9-year goal, uh, for the 9 years old goal, I wanted to go
Right.
surfing a wave pool for the first time. I wanted to learn how to do an air on my surfboard, which I did. And yeah, I
Yeah, you've
wanted to
been
be
doing
able to
daily, man.
yeah, and I wanted to be able to air over coping on the vert ramp, which I can do now. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
So you're setting goals every year. You're crushing those goals every year, and that obviously helps you keep getting better and better,
Oh, another
right?
one I forgot to tell you. One of them was I want to do better in nationals for snowboarding than I did the year before. And that one was going to be like one of the hardest ones because I
Yeah,
have to move into an older division, which is the 9 and 10-year
right.
olds, which last year I was in like the 7 to 8. So, yeah, which
Wow.
I did better, and that means I achieved a lot more because if I was in the if I was in the 7 and 8, that means I would have gotten like probably first in that, and I got like fourth
Right.
in the 9 to 10.
Very cool, man. And how many kids is that out of? So you got fourth place. How many kids are in this competition?
Like the whole country.
What? That's crazy. So you are for 9 and 10-year-olds, you're the fourth in the country. So is that not considered professional? So you say you want to be a professional surfer, snowboarder, skateboarder. What do you consider now? I consider you a professional,
uh,
right? Like what you do every day. I mean, it's incredible. It really is. So are you considered like semi-pro, or what is the technical term for the level that you're at right now?
uh, I don't know. Probably yeah, semi-pro, I guess.
Just
But
a beast.
but yeah, when I like will call myself pro, it'll probably be like when I like ride for the USA.
Right. So for like an Olympian pro.
Yeah.
Very cool. How old do you have to be an Olympian? Do you know?
I don't know. Like for snowboarding on the half pipe, I think it's 13.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
And I was looking at, because I was curious, like as far as like surfing goes, like before I got introduced to you, like I didn't know a whole lot. I like watching surfing, and I've known a lot of surfers growing up, but I didn't know a whole lot about like the competitions and the ins and outs. And so like pipeline, right? The scariest stuff ever, just like monster waves that you couldn't even imagine. So you have to be is it 18 or 21 to be in like a pipeline competition, right?
I don't know. I think you just kind of gotta
I've never
qualify.
seen kids on there. Yeah, you just got to qualify. So
Yeah.
is
Well,
that
I
one of
don't
your
think
goals? Like
kids are allowed
eventually,
to
like
do it though.
when you get older?
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
think you
that's what I'm
gotta be
saying. Yeah, I think you got to be an
at
adult.
least like a teenager. I think for the surf like
Yeah,
pipeline.
yeah. Is that something you eventually want to do?
Uh, yeah. I want to be
Very cool, man.
like I want to be like more like do tricks. I don't want to be like surfing
Right,
like
surfing long
100-foot
barrels just to
waves
do
and
it.
not do tricks. I'd rather surf like a
Right.
5-foot wave and do tricks. But I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
if I
No,
had the
it does
opportunity,
look a lot
I
cooler.
probably would go on the 100-foot wave.
Very cool, man. Very cool. So from my understanding, you're homeschooled, right? So
Yeah.
how do your parents like tie in school with all the different things that you're doing with sports? Like, does it all kind of go hand in hand? Like, is podcasting part of school? Like, how does that work? Because you seem very educated and way ahead of your years. So they're obviously doing a great job. Like, how
Yeah.
does that work?
So because for my PE is basically the whole half of the
Right.
day. And then
Right.
so we do like so my dad goes to work and then my mom helps me with my homeschool stuff. And
Cool.
yeah, I mean we do like on days that I have somewhere to be, I like going to the dream team, I'll do like my stuff in the car on the way.
Right. Very cool. So the dream team, that's when you're going to New Jersey and you're surfing with like a team of people, right?
Yeah.
Very cool. So I see you've got, is that the monster logo on your helmet?
Oh yeah.
Very cool. So are you sponsored by them, or like who are your sponsors right now?
Oh, so I got S1. S1. I got Zeros, Chichos, Never Summer, IPA, Buell. I got Vans, um,
Wow.
Oakley, um,
Wow.
Pit Viper, and
Very cool.
I forgot. Dang it. I know I'm getting sponsored by Monster, and
That is
and
so
when
cool, man.
wait and oh I also have Moke. I'm getting sponsored by Monster. I forgot what I
That's
forgot.
awesome.
Yeah, well, I know I am, but I forgot like how
Still,
many months.
that's huge. I mean, like companies like Vans and Oakley, like at 9 years old, that's
Oh
incredible, man. So I'm assuming they're finding you online, right?
yeah. Oh, I just remembered. I'm getting sponsored by Monster in September for like the Grom team.
September. Very cool, man. So with these sponsors, do they give you like free swag and clothes and glasses and all that stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, they do. And you're probably not gonna believe this, but Moke,
What?
they. So we bought a golf cart from them. They were like, "Oh my god, we want to sponsor you," and then they sponsored
Right.
us. And then, like a couple months later, they bought me a car, and then they bought a wrap for the car. And
So you got a car at 9 years old from a sponsor.
yeah, and then they bought
That's
the wrap to
insane.
go on the car, and then they let me design the wrap. And I put like the
Dude, that
American
is
flag,
awesome.
Grommet Vomit, put all my sponsors.
Wow, that is so cool, man. So you got to design it as well.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I'm assuming it has like your logo, your sponsors, like that's so cool, man.
Yeah.
That's great. So as you're building your brand, you're getting your name out there. I see a lot of posts on social media. Do you handle all that stuff yourself? Like, is that part of what you're doing, or do you have like, are your parents helping you, or your brothers helping you? Like, do you have a team behind you, or are you involved in all the different parts of your branding?
So like my mom posts like my stuff on Instagram and all my social media. Yeah.
Very cool. So your
But
mom's your
like
social media manager.
but yeah, but I do help her. Like sometimes I'm like, "Ooh, mom, can you use this song?" Like one time I had
Right.
a wipeout when I was snowboarding. I went to go up to the rail. I like flipped over it. I'm like, "Mom, can you put the song Dumb Ways to Die?"
That's great, man. It's good that you're learning that stuff at such a young age, man, because there's nothing more powerful than social media.
Yeah.
Man, like that's just gonna get you more noticed. Like I've seen I mean, even from when I got introduced to you a few months ago, like you've grown like crazy. It's so exciting to see, man. So, um, what has happened? So you've been a champion since, pretty much since diapers, right?
Yeah.
Now on these competitions where you don't get placed, like say, you're like, man, I'm going for first, right? Nobody's shooting for second.
Yeah.
How do you get out of a funk, like when you're like, man, I should have got first, or I should have got second, or you didn't quite get where you wanted to get? How do you get out of that funk to keep pushing forward to do better next time?
Because I just keep practicing, and I know as long as I stay stoked, nobody's gonna remember the placement I got. They're gonna remember how stoked I was during the contest.
100%, man. Your energy is everything. 100%, dude. I try to tell my sales reps this every day. Like, your attitude is what people remember. They don't remember if you messed up a word, or they don't remember if you fell or you didn't place or whatever. They remember your energy, your attitude, the fact that you were awesome no matter what.
Yeah.
Dude, like your birthday shout out to me was by far the coolest birthday shout out I've ever had, and I'm 35 years old.
Oh, thanks.
Just your energy in that, man. Like, seriously, it really, like, everybody, like, people still ask me about it. They're like, dude, that kid that shouted you out on your birthday, like, it really meant a lot, man. Like, your energy and how excited you are about everything that you do, I think is a big piece in why you're so great at what you do. Because, like you said, man, you just keep practicing, and you're going to get better, and you're going to place better, you're going to do better, as long as you keep that positive attitude.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So what's the best piece of advice that you can give for people out there that are trying to be great, but maybe they're just not quite getting the results that they want?
Like I said, just keep practicing and stay stoked, and nobody's gonna remember what placement you got. They're gonna remember how stoked you were. And like what I
Yeah.
like to say, uh, stay stoked, shred.
Stay stoked and shred. Like, no matter what you're doing, whether it's surfing, skateboarding, snowboarding, running a business, being a lawyer, a doctor, whatever, if you stay stoked, you stay excited, you keep practicing, trying to be better, you're going to eventually get to where you want to go, right? Like, it's a natural occurrence.
Yeah.
So tell us tell us a little bit about your future goals. So, like, obviously you're a kid right now. Like, where do you see yourself in, say, 10 years when you're 19, 20 years old? Like, where are you going to be? Like, you've already got some amazing accomplishments. You've got some really cool sponsors. Like, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I want to be like riding for the USA for surfing, skating, and snowboarding. That would be
Wow,
pretty
all
sick.
3. Yeah. Very cool, man. What are some big sponsors that you're hoping to get?
I want to get trying to think.
What's your favorite kind of clothes?
Volcom.
Volcom.
Yeah.
Right? So that'd be a pretty sick one. What are your favorite shoes?
Vans to skate in.
Vans. You already got Vans, right?
Yeah.
But that can grow. That can grow into a bigger sponsorship, right?
Yeah.
What about your favorite food? You got a favorite food?
Ooh, I love Chick-fil-A. That's pretty good.
Oh,
On.
yeah. That'd be a great sponsor to have.
Yeah. And
I'm surprised they haven't reached out to you yet, man. I'm gonna send them the reel of this and show them and tell them they gotta sponsor you, man.
okay. And I was just thinking, I want an airplane sponsor so I can fly to wherever I want, and it can be free for my mommy. So
That's a
she doesn't have to
great
pay for all
idea,
of it.
man. We we got to get you a plane, man.
Yeah.
That's gonna be one of my goals. We'll make sure when we put this video out that we tag all the major plane manufacturers.
Yeah.
Dude, if Drake can get a plane, you can get a plane.
Yeah. Like,
right? It only needs to fit what? You have 2 brothers, right? So it only needs to fit 5 of you, right?
6.
6, okay.
Yeah.
It's got to fit 6. And let's make it 7 so I can join.
Yeah, 7.
And his fiance.
8. You know why?
8.
8.
All right.
Because your
Let's do it.
fiance.
Oh yeah, we can't forget her, man. She'd be super mad if I didn't bring her along.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man, dude. It sounds like you've got a great plan. Great goals. As far as your goals, I guess one of the last questions I have for you is, as far as your goals, are you focusing on your goals every day? Like with what you have to do, are you focusing on, okay, well, my goal is this and I've got this coming up. Here's what I need to do today in order to get to that goal.
Yeah. Like, whenever I have a skate contest coming up, I'm like, if it's at Coastal Edge, I'm like, I need to go to Coastal Edge. I need to get my ramp run and my street run, and I need to keep practice that like 100 times until I have it every single time. And then
right
when I have a surf contest, I need to go out in the break, even if there's no waves. I just need to go out and practice.
Yeah. 100%, man. Like the thing with surfing, like the conditions aren't always what you want them to be, especially in like Virginia Beach and Maryland. We don't have the best surf, but as long as you're out there, you're paddling, you're getting up on your board, you're doing something, along with the sport, even if it's not the perfect surf, like you're going to get better every single time.
Yeah. And I have the NSSA National Championships coming up, which is going to be awesome. It's in California, and
Very cool.
all the kids from the whole country battling it out to see who is the best surfer.
Wow, very cool. Is that all ages, or is that going to be the same, like
kids.
9 to 10?
Yeah, 9 to 10, right? 9 to 10.
Very cool, man.
Yeah, I think 9 to 10.
When is that? When is that competition?
That's the end of June.
End of June, man. So that's coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Very cool. So you've been practicing like crazy. I've seen all your videos from that indoor. What is it? Is it like a wave pool?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's cool, man. Like, dude, I showed one of my employees your tricks today, and he was like, "What the heck?" I mean, it's amazing. You don't even see some, like, I've seen surf videos, like, you know how some of the surf shops and skate shops will play like that one channel where it's got like a bunch of videos.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even see some of those surfers doing some of the tricks that you're doing, man. And it's just amazing to see, bro.
Yeah.
It really is. We'll have to make sure you get up on get up on all those TVs, man.
Yeah, and there
My
was
goal is
this.
try to get you.
There was just
Yeah,
this
what? Tell me about that thing last weekend.
Yeah, jackalope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so it was awesome. There was this guy. I don't know if you know him. His name's Tony Hawk. He came to
I think I've heard of them.
Yeah. So he came to Virginia Beach. He did like an awesome vert demo with all these other pro skaters, and then
Very cool.
there was also the street contest. It was like 16 and under, and then they also had the men's, which is like all the pros, and then there was like you could get a shredder pass, so you could also skate on like the vert, which was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, that looks sweet, man. Dude,
And
Tony Hawk is do you play any of the Tony Hawk games? Like, is that still cool?
yeah,
I remember when I was a kid, like the first Tony Hawk game came out and everybody was crazy about it. I played it every day.
yeah, I have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2.
Nice, man.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Very cool. That had to be so awesome to hang out with Tony Hawk. What did he give you any advice?
Oh, he gave me a high five. And
that's cool.
Yeah, and it was just awesome. And then we could also go to this meet and greet. He'd sign a bunch of stuff for us. It was awesome.
That's awesome, man. Sounds like you're living the dream, bro.
Yeah, it was awesome. And we did a bunch of my podcasts there.
Very cool, man. So to tell me about your podcast. You're gonna have to have me on sometime. What do you guys do?
Yeah, it's Grommet Vomit right here on my shirt. And so we interview like pro skaters, surfers, and snowboarders, and yeah, just whatever like big names that want to come on.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Yeah, I've seen you've had some pretty famous people on there already, man. So keep doing your thing, man. It's obviously turning out great, right? You've been a champion your whole life. You're only going to keep getting better. Keep sticking with practicing because practice makes
perfect.
Always, bro.
Yeah.
Always, man. Well, it was great to talk to you, man. Do you have any last words for our viewers and our listeners? Any last minute advice you got for them?
Yeah. So what I said. So just always stay stoked and shred. And if you can't land a trick or something, just nobody's gonna care how many tries it took you. They're just gonna care what your face was like during the tries and during the contest and stuff. And make sure to always stay stoked, shred, and full send.
Yeah. If at first you don't succeed, try again, right?
Yeah.
So this show that you this competition that you've got coming up in a few weeks. So it's a surf competition, right?
Yeah.
So from my understanding, you guys are still trying to raise money to be able to fly out there and get a hotel and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do people, if they wanted to donate to help you get out there and get to that competition, do you know where they need to go?
So they go to my Instagram. It's JB2 Supergrom, and there's a little link on there. Well, first, so you gotta type in JB2 Supergrom, then you go to my page. You press the blue follow button, and then you go to the link.
There you go. Absolutely. So that your link will be on this YouTube video as well as in the description, so people can do that easily.
Okay.
So I'll see if we can get that done for you.
Yeah.
So, what else did I want to ask you about? So we talked about your podcast. We talked about your competition coming up. What else you got going on, man?
Oh, so I got my birthday coming up, June 18th. And
very cool. So you're gonna be 10 when you're in this competition.
Yeah.
Exciting, man.
Well, I'm gonna be 10, but I'm still gonna be surfing in the division that I've been surfing in, because
Okay.
like if
Cool,
I
man.
change like right before nationals, I still the one that I got all my points for is the one that I surf in.
Right. Right.
And I
Okay.
forgot to tell you,
And
we need to get
yeah,
you on the podcast, the Grommet Vomit.
dude, I would love to be on your podcast, man.
Yeah.
Anytime you let me know time and place, I will be there.
Okay.
You do the podcast with your friend, right?
Yeah, his name's Duke.
Yeah, Duke. I saw a video of you guys together, man. You guys are hilarious. I love it.
Thanks.
What's that like? What's that like working with? Is he your best friend?
Yeah, one of them. I just don't get
Yeah.
to see him that
Yeah.
much because he lives in North
Yeah.
Carolina.
Oh, yeah, that's got to be tough, man. Like growing up, I had friends all over. Like I was born and raised in England, and we moved to Minnesota. So all my friends when I was a little kid, like they were all in England. So I only got to see them like once a year if I was lucky.
Yeah.
But we didn't have FaceTime. We didn't have podcasts. We didn't have any of that stuff when I was a kid. So like it was harder. So I get that. At least you get to see him on podcasts. You get to do stuff with him.
Yeah.
And then when you guys actually hang out together, it's special, right?
Yeah.
Very cool, man.
Awesome.
Very cool.
It's awesome. Sauce.
Absolutely, man. Keep shredding, bro. I'm so excited for where you're going. Where you're at right now is incredible. But I mean, dude, you're gonna move mountains. You're gonna move mountains. You're gonna reach every goal that you've ever wanted to get to, and just never forget where you came from, man. Never change that mindset. Always go after your goals. Create new goals every week, every month, every year, and do whatever you can to make sure you reach them. And you will never want for anything in your life, bro.
Yeah. And I don't know if you're prepared for this. Do you have a joke?
Uh-oh. Do I have a joke?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I wish I did. I am not the funniest. I'm kind of like an on-the-fly guy. Like if I see something happen, I can make a joke about it. But I don't know any jokes.
Yeah.
Do you know a good joke?
Yeah. I'll give you.
What do you got?
I'll give you one about surfing, one about skating, and then one about snowboarding. So,
Perfect.
what do you call a skateboarder with no board?
No idea.
A board skater. And then,
Very true.
why didn't the surfer ride the glassy waves?
The glassy waves, because he didn't want to get cut.
Kind of. Because they were breaking.
And
then,
can't surf the break.
Yeah. I haven't told one about snowboarding before. I gotta think. Thinking time. Oh, okay. So this one is kind of a skateboard one. I'm gonna replace when I say skateboard with snowboard. Okay.
I like it.
How many snowboarders does it take to change a light bulb?
5.
Wait, actually, hold on. How many snowboarders does it take to build a jump?
How many snowboarders does it take to build a jump?
Yeah.
7.
No. 3. 1 to do it, 1 to film it, and 1 to say, yo, that was sick.
Oh my God. You got to be having so much fun.
Yeah.
I love your energy, man. Are a lot of the kids your age as cool as you are, or do they just kind of, are they kind of quiet?
Some of them are kind of shy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. You seem to be one of a kind, man. That's going to
Thanks.
take you some great places in your life.
Yeah, thanks.
Absolutely. So I'll see about sending this video to all the plane manufacturers so we can see about getting you a plane.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody clicks that link so this guy can go to California
Yeah.
and keep following his dream. He's the hardest working guy in the business. He's got to be. I don't think anybody else is working as hard as you. You deserve everything you got coming. And man, I hope you have a great time. I hope you crush that competition, and just keep doing it, man. You're killing it.
And everybody, click it, click it, click it, click it, click it, click it.
Click it, click it, click it. Let's
Click
go.
Yeah. Well, yeah, thank you for having me on
Well,
this. It was awesome.
Absolutely, bro. I can't wait to be on your podcast and see what you do next, man.
Yeah.
I love it. Keep up that great energy. Keep practicing. Keep impressing your parents and your friends and everybody out here watching you, man, because you're doing some amazing things. Super proud of you, bro.
Thanks.
Absolutely. You enjoy your night. Get some rest. And I know you're going to do it all over again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Take it easy, brother.
Yeah, see ya.